All right. Welcome to Sportsnet GTV. I guess if you are being a follower of this our channel, you know Augustus Dudu, a boxing expert, is not is a very familiar face on this network. We have on my left Ernest Ofori. He is also vying for the first vice chairman or first vice president for the Ghana Boxing Authority. Currently, he is the Secretary General for the Ghana Boxing Coaches Association, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
please.
so you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Augustus, you are also welcome.
Thank you, boss.
Now, first of all, let me ask you, Augustus, within the week, we've seen some interesting boxing bouts. I guess the people of Bukoman are happy that boxing is coming back to life.
Starting from what happened over the weekend at the Boko Muslim Arena was the president of the land son,
Mm.
Sharaf Mahama, hosted one of his mega fights as he normally does at the Boko Boxing Arena. And it was interesting. Interesting bout, interesting boxes. It was as usual, crowded place with some charging atmosphere. We love the place and we love whatever happened over there yesterday night. And the last time I was here, I was talking about one particular figure, Theophilus Laluti.
Yeah.
As I said, he must deliver.
Mm.
And yes, yesterday he
He
delivered.
delivered. Okay.
And that's not where we want him to stop. We want him to get to the top as we've been praying for because we need a world champion. No matter what is it, anyhow, anywhere, we need a world champion in Ghana.
Mm.
So whoever is going, you have to support that person to read that mileage. So a lot to it on, and we appreciate the promoter, the Sharab Mama, all the other bosses who on the night. They gave us a good show of what Ghana boxing future feels like. So we thank them and we thank whatever that happened yesterday.
And as did you monitor the bout, and what was your first impression about the bout yesterday?
Yeah, so like my brother said, I would say I have little to say about what happened yesterday.
Okay.
I was on the bill, one of my boxers fought on the bill, and I love everything I saw from the setup, the bouts. It's one of the nights that I'll say that for once, boxing people are beginning to think right.
Okay.
And when I say boxing people are beginning to think right, I simply means we've gotten to a point where we ought to know that boxing is not a job that must be done, that people will go home around 5 a.m., 6 a.m.,
Okay.
all over the night, and then maybe probably on Sundays or Saturdays, they can't do anything. They will only end up in their beds in the following day. So they started very early because for once we have the promoter who is a big fish in the system now. The securities were up to tax, and then the streaming platform, which is the zone, had their timing. And so if you realize, you see that most of the boxers, when they are called on to come over, they quickly match and come into the ring to fight. Either to, you always hear they will mention their names and you will not even find them. 30, 40 minutes and they will still be mentioning the boxer's name and they are nowhere to be found. But for once yesterday, they were on point, everybody showed up and we closed on time. So that is one of the positives that I saw. And then secondly too, I saw a lot of business moguls coming around, which is one thing that I've always been advocating for. That we have to get to a point where boxing will not only be limited to some few group of people, but then the system will be open such that we will have the business community partaking in whatever we are doing, and that is the only way we can grow. And so I would like to thank Sharaf Mahama and his promotion as Legacy Rise for the wonderful job done. And as we go forward, maybe we'll be delving deep into the night.
Yeah.
Thank
You made mention of you had a boxer on that night, and who was that boxer, and how did he fare?
Yeah, so I had a boxer on the night, and his name is Gosanamuzu. He fought against Diallo, a Guinean boxer. And yeah, although we lost the fight, I believe he fought out his heart as a man, and he lost, but he did well, which is the most important thing. And he's back home safely with the family. Yeah.
Yeah. So the standard exhibited on the night, were you satisfied with?
Yes, of course.
Because you are a coach as well.
Yeah, yeah. The standard was superb. Most of the boxers came in there to fight, and that is one thing. I also believe that boxers ought to know that whether you win or you lose, it's about you coming to fight and giving the spectators what they paid for. You don't come into the ring to just come and take money and go. you are there to fight. And yesterday, but the boxers, all that you saw, all everything we saw yesterday were people who were willing to fight and they fought their heart out. And so I would say the standard was okay. Yeah, we can still improve though.
I'll come back to you. Let me go to Augustus. Augustus, I remember the last time we talked, you said you encourage our Bukum boxing fans that they should be mindful of what they do in terms of when there's a bout. Yesterday, did you see anything different as compared to previous years that you've watched boxing at the
Yeah.
Bukum arena?
Yeah, thank you. So as my brother was saying, he was mentioning stuff that went on, that like stuff that were good at the Boston Arena. So yesterday was one of the days that, in fact, I witnessed something nice.
Okay.
Normally you see them with their rowdy stuffs, throwing stuff, bottle water here and then, and But yesterday, as I said, everything was on point. I don't know whether because of the dignitaries were, because of the president's son or something, but they just have to learn because it takes a lot to invest into boxing. Normally, managers come into boxing, they invest, and in boxing, it gradual process. It doesn't just the money just doesn't come back to you like that. It takes process. There are some businesses when they invest, they know in a month or 2 months, I know I'm expecting this kind of money out of from my investment. But in boxing, you have to invest, and invest
Before.
to take time before it will yield that you get what you want. So we beg them. These dignitaries, when they are around and feel safe, we'll have more of them. And more will love to also promote boxing. But if we keep doing stuff to watch them and boxing will be dead and gone for good. In fact, for some time now, boxing has been running along, promotion has been happening, everyone has been feeling safe, enjoying his boxing. Just that it's a lateness. But yesterday we witnessed something nice. Around 5 to 6 p.m., boxing was already going on at Bukum Boxing Arena. We left there around almost to 12 or I say, wow, this is very good. At least you go and enjoy your wife at home or you go and enjoy your children at home then before the morning comes. Because normally sometimes you go home around 4 p.m. a.m. in the morning, like how you came in since yesterday around 7 p.m. You are going back home the following day, which is very bad. So whatever that happened on the timing was, and the fans, in fact, did respect themselves yesterday, and that was the part I love.
The atmosphere in Bukom, you think with this standard that Sharaf has set, you think we are calling on a lot of boxing promoters to come and then do exactly what Sharaf has done, so that we can see the rise of our boxing in Ghana?
Of course, Sharaz is doing good, all right, but he can't do it alone. And boxing is a big business that need good and better investors into it. We need the likes of Sharaf. Even if we have people who are more than Sharaf, we need them on board to come and help our boxing system for us. That's what we are calling on.